Welcome to another episode of Solitaryism, and I'm Robert Bitto, your host. You know, when you decide to go it alone, permanently or temporarily, one thing that you realize is that you have a lot more time on your hands. Now, all that time that you were devoting to going out or scrolling through dating apps or trying to find friends, joining clubs, doing meetups, and all of that stuff, once you throw all that aside, you find that you have a lot of time on your hands. Well, that's a precious commodity these days, especially since people are working 50, 60 hours a week just to pay rent on their junky apartment and make their student loan payment and all the other seemingly unnecessary obligations we have. So we're all pressed for time. All of us feel like there's a shortage of time out there. Or most of us do. There are some people who kill time and don't know what to do with themselves, but I'm not speaking to them. So when you find yourself on this alone path and you have all of this time, you've been given a gift. And it's the beginning of your personal renaissance. Now, what do I mean by that? Solitaryism isn't now and never was intended to be a black pill channel. It's about the joyful art of living alone. If you don't have other people in your life, if you're not worried about other people or trying to chase other people or having to put up with other people, you can curate a really, really nice life for yourself. So let's say you just broke up with someone, or you're just sick of the world for many reasons. One, you didn't ask to be here, right? And you're sick of it, and you're deciding to just go it alone and do the solitaryism path. Then you have all of this time to do those things that you always wanted to do. Well, so did you want to learn how to paint? Do you want to do long-distance bicycle rides or hikes? Do you want to write a book or read some books that you hadn't had time for? Do you want to travel? Do you want to learn another language? The possibilities are endless. You can do all of that stuff now. You have extra time. And I found this out myself because when I decided to isolate myself about 8 years ago now, I gave up being president of a major organization here in San Diego, and I stopped pursuing friends by going out and trying to be social at local pubs and doing other things. Games night at the local community center, for example. I had a lot of time to do other things. And since then, I've written 4 books, published 4 books, even did a coloring book. I've expanded my hobbies. I turned one hobby into a side business. I pumped up my regular business. I spent 2 weeks in Europe alone. I started a couple of YouTube channels that have been very enriching to my life. And I feel like the sky is the limit without any social obligations. If I got to a point where I didn't have to worry about actually putting too much effort into making an income, I'd be doing a heck of a lot more things than what I'm doing now. But the fact that I don't answer to anyone, that I don't really care about socializing and have no social calendar with obligations that I have to fulfill, I can do whatever I want, whenever I want. So I feel freer than if I would have had that fantasy of a group of friends, a solid relationship, and all of that other stuff. It's really a new beginning when you change your attitude and say, I really don't need socialization. It can be the beginning of something incredibly wonderful. And I swear I advocate this lifestyle. For people who feel lonely, you can break through that barrier and have a better life than you could ever have imagined. So think about what your personal renaissance would look like. think about it really, really seriously. That's about all I wanted to say on this topic. Thank you once again for watching, and remember, be happy alone.